Geometry and construction, unit number 1, problem number 91, just to solve, simplify thing. We have one solving, the other three are simplifying. When we have 5x times 2x, when it's multiplying, it's not the same thing as when you're adding a 5x plus a 2x. Okay, these are not going to be treated the same way. Okay, so when we're multiplying versus when we're adding them together, different rules. Okay, when you multiply, it doesn't matter what order you multiply in. So 5 times x times 2 times x would be the same thing as 5 times 2 times x times x. Right? Multiplication does not matter the order you multiply in. You're going to get the same thing no matter what order you multiply. So if I multiply in this order, right, I can actually get some numbers here because the 5 times 2 is 10. The x times x is x squared. So I get 10x squared. 5x times 2x is 10x squared. 5x plus 2x, these are just like terms. We're going to add these together. 5x's, another 2x's, 5 plus 2, 7. But notice x, right, that's kind of like a unit almost is how we're thinking about it. It's the term, right? 5x plus 2 more x's, I get 7x's altogether. This one here, we're going to solve this. And so a way to solve, right, is we've been doing is cross multiplying. This is also called a cross product. Basically, I can take this 2, I'm going to multiply it by the 4, and I'm going to write this number right here. 2 times 4 is 8. That's right there. I can then take this 3x times the 3, and I can write it over here. 3x times 3 is 9x. And I can put an equal sign between these. So this is equal to this. Cross multiply this way, cross multiply this way. They are equal to each other. Okay? You go, that doesn't equal. Yes, it does. 8 does equal 9x. I don't know what x is, but whatever it is, it will make this work. So to solve this, then I can divide both sides by 9 to figure out what the x would have to be. The 9's would cancel. I get x equals 8 over 9. Guess what? You can just write that as 8 over 9, 8 ninths. Okay? So x equals 8 ninths for this one. This final one here, when you're multiplying, you just multiply straight across. So you could just go 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 3 is 12, and then you could simplify it after this. 6 over 12, right? 6 goes into 6, right? It'll be 1/2. Which you, by the way, you could have done that simplifying before you multiplied. So if I say, well, how would I do that? Well, remember, a number in the numerator and a number in the denominator. When you're multiplying, not when you're adding, when you're multiplying can be canceled. So this 3 goes into 3 one time, 3 goes into this 3 once. And I can do the same thing with the 2 and the 4. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice. Now I can multiply straight across. 1 times 1, 2 times 1. I get the same answer either way that I work this problem out. Okay, and there you go. There's the answer to problem number 91.